Hey YouTube, it's me, Severin. Today I've got another video on Minecraft. I'm going to show you how you can use shaders and Optifine to make your world look just like mine. I'm going to show you download links, websites, where to put your files, and how to install them. I'm also going to show you some advanced settings and the shader options that let you change things, motion blur, bloom effects, things that make the game look a little cleaner, and that's how I prefer to run shaders when I'm playing the game. Let's get into it. Alright, step number one, you're going to want to open the links that I have down in the description below. These are going to be to the shader pack that I'm using, which is SEUS, and Optifine, which is a program that allows you to install shaders in the first place. I would honestly recommend, even if you're not going to use shaders, to use Optifine. It just gives you a lot more settings for your video quality, things like further view distance, particle effects. It gives you a lot more tweaks than the generic Minecraft video settings. First website I'm going to look at here is for the shader pack itself. I use SEUS. There's other ones out there. If you Google them, you'll find different ones. Personally, I think this is the cleanest looking one. I actually don't even know if they update this anymore, but the most recent version available on the website is SEUS Renewed 1.0.1. You see it was updated in February. I believe he is actually working on a new project, but this is the link you want. You click download, you get to the SEUS Renewed page, you've agreed to the EULA, download again, and you've got your file. Now you want to go over to the Optifine link, which is going to bring you to this page. So when you get here, you're looking for Minecraft 1.16. When you first get here, you won't be able to see it on the page because the update was just released. But if you look here, there's a button that says previous versions. You click that and it'll give you the essentially alpha or beta options for the new version of Minecraft. You click download. You're going to go to one of those ad pages that you get. I'm sure if you've browsed Minecraft stuff, you've seen these plenty of times. You're going to click skip, and there you go. Download preview of Optifine. This may be updated in the future, so when you come here, it may just be listed, but you're looking for the most current version of Minecraft. Download it. You get this file. Google Chrome may try to delete it on you. Just tell it to keep the file. Once you have those two files, you go to your desktop or your download file, wherever you put them. You're going to need to install Optifine first. So to install Optifine, you got to right click, open with, and open your Optifine with Java platform binary. You may have to go into choose another app and find Java in your install files, but for me it shows up right here. You click that, it's going to give you a little install prompt. It's going to go to your default registry for Minecraft, so if you've installed Minecraft somewhere different on your computer, you'll have to find that. If not, you're good to go. You hit install. I've already installed Optifine, so I'm not going to click it again. I don't want to overwrite any settings I may have changed, but that's how you install Optifine. Once Optifine is installed, launch your Minecraft and go into your video settings. Another thing you want to make sure you do after you install Optifine, when you launch Minecraft, you'll see down here in your your world options or your Minecraft edition chooser, you want to go to Optifine. You'll see you have your latest release on Optifine. Take Optifine to play, load into the game, and there you go. So you'll see here we're in Minecraft. I'm gonna hit escape, go to my options, and then to video settings. Once you're in video settings, if you installed Optifine correctly, you should see this folder called shaders. You're gonna click that. Once you're in here, you can click this button down here that's called shaders folder. This is gonna open up the location of where your shader packs can be dragged. Take your download version of SEUS in your downloads folder, probably if you click the link. Then you want to drag it over here and drop it in shader packs. Once it's in there, you come back into Minecraft. You may have to hit done on this file and open the shaders option back up, and you should see SEUS Renewed. Alright, now I'm going to show you the differences that you may or may not see when you first install your shaders. So if you just download the SEUS shaders and use them as is, you're going to notice a few things that I really am not a fan of when using shader packs. You can see how everything in the distance is kind of blurry, like it's got this haze. Well, that's what they refer to as a bloom effect. You're also going to see that as I spin here, there's quite a bit of motion blur, and it adds a really neat cinematic effect. So if you're trying to record some cool little intro or cutscene or video for something, yeah, it's neat. But for me personally, seeing motion blur constantly while I'm playing the game, it just gets old really fast. And the bloom just makes it kind of difficult to see stuff, especially if you're going down like into the mines or something. You're going to notice that the bloom is very difficult to see with the torchlight and in the dark shadowy areas of the mines. So now I'll show you the settings that I change that get rid of this motion blur and the bloom effect. You go options, video settings, shaders. I'm going to load up my shaders with the changes already made, because you'll see when we go in here, it actually has a convenient feature that shows you what settings you've changed in the past. So we load up my version of the shader pack. You'll see no more motion blur. Everything looks a lot sharper and clearer. So if we go options, video settings, shaders, shader options, go into lighting and shadows. So this is something I did just because I didn't see the need for my shadows to be 4K textures. So I dropped the resolution down on those. It's a little bit of a rough edge, but you honestly don't notice it, and you're going to get a pretty big performance upgrade just dropping it down. The other thing you're going to see is sunlight intensity. So this is literally when you're looking anywhere near the sun. This is originally set really high, and it's very, very bright. So I turned this down to 0.5. It still has a nice lighting effect, a nice shadow effect, but it doesn't burn the retinas out of your head while you're playing. Torchlight fill is also useful. This is actually how much light that it casts from your torch. For mining, if you leave this thing on 1, your torch is only going to light up like 2 blocks, and you're going to be putting torches everywhere. I recommend cranking that up to 4 at least, and you just get a much better effect. Advanced GI settings, I didn't change anything here. Nothing in there seemed useful to me, so I left it alone. Atmospheric density, you scroll over this, it's something to do with atmospheric density scattering, which I think is like particle effects in the air slash like the what's the word for it, the blurriness of the lighting. I didn't notice much of a difference when I made this change. I left it there. I figured it's not hurting anything, don't change it. Texture resolution, you're going to want to set this to match whatever the resource pack that you're using is. By the way, I forgot to mention in the video, I am using a resource pack, which is why things have a little bit of a brighter effect. But you know, this all works with or without resource packs. You plug them in, it makes everything look better any way you do it. So you want to match your resource pack. Mine's 32-bit, so I put it on 32. Nothing else in here was worth changing. I left it all alone. Post processing, this is where you're going to get the most bang for your buck in terms of changing. The two things that I really don't like are bloom and motion blur, so I immediately turn those off. I know motion blur is supposed to give you a more theatrical effect, but it gets really old to me really fast. I turn it off in every game I play, especially Minecraft. The other settings that I changed are aggressive TAA. I'm not sure exactly what this does, but it says in the description that it gives a smoother, more stable image, so I turned it on. Image sharpness, that's another thing with the blurry things in the background and in the distance. If you change this setting up to 1, you'll get a much cleaner, sharp edge on items, and I think that looks better to me. I'd rather have a clean edge than a soft one that maybe looks more appealing but is hard to see and hurts your eyes for strain. You also have bloom strength, which I skipped over. Micro bloom and bloom strength are related. Once again, I don't like bloom, so I cranked this down to 1/2 of normal. This gives you a way cleaner appearance in Minecraft. If you want to check out the texture pack that I'm using, I'll put a link for that down in the description as well. The texture pack is called Quadril. I think I got it off Curse. I like it. It gives a nice clean look, but as you can see here, turn the texture pack off and it still looks really nice in the world. You still get the water effects are really what make a difference. You know, your portals and everything are going to look pretty much the same. If you go anywhere near like a lantern, it's going to look nice. I'm going to cheat real quick because I don't want to deal with mobs attacking me while I'm trying to record this. I am on a server, but I am the admin, so I can do that if I want to. See if I can remember what the command is. So there you can see it. I'll give you a quick demonstration of what it looks like when you turn the shader packs off. It's a pretty big difference. You'll see when I do this. As you can see, it looks like you went back in time 15 or 20 years. I mean, everything's flat. I mean, light really does add all the life to the game, so I highly recommend using shader packs. They are a bit of a strain on your computer, but it's totally worth it. If you can get 30 frames a second, personally, I think it's worth it. I mean, it totally changes the world. I mean, resource packs are huge too. I mean, if you like the Minecraft style, then yeah, this looks clean. But I mean, you look at the color of the grass, look at the color of the trees, the leaves, the sugarcane, the portals. I mean, it all looks nice, but you add a resource pack in there and all of a sudden things just look, the colors pop a little bit more, everything looks a little bit cleaner, and you know, it's just aesthetics are just kind of a personal preference thing. And I think, you know, a more colorful, more exaggerated art style just looks better. All right, so if you like this video, leave a like. Let me know down in the comments what other Minecraft videos you'd like to see. Thinking about making something about either a mob spawner next, or possibly just, you know, a tour around our world. We've only had the server running for about 2 weeks, but we've made a lot of progress. We're doing some fun stuff with the 1.16. The new Nether update's pretty cool. I recommend checking it out. If you want to see me play live, you can come check me out over on Twitch, twitch.tv/Zevran. I play at least twice a week, sometimes 3 if I'm free on the weekends. And yeah, that's all I've got for now, but thanks for watching.